You have told these people over and over and over and over again. You've had countless conversations. You've tried so hard to communicate your point. You said, y'all, seriously, I don't like the way you're treating me. I don't like what you're doing in my life. I don't like how you're showing up in my life. You've had these conversations time and time again. You explained yourself. You begged for understanding. And you gave grace where you should have given consequences. And you got to that point where you're like, you know what? I think I'm good. I think I've tried to communicate myself over and over again to no avail. And I think you're not listening. And you got to that point. And one day you stopped talking. For real, y'all, for real. One day you just stopped talking. You ever had that moment in your life where you just woke up and you're like, I can't do this anymore? Like an aha moment where you're like, yo, I don't think this is for me. I don't think this is working out. You just get to that point and you don't know when you get to it. Sometimes it's the weirdest thing. It could be something they said to you, something they did to you, or just you within yourself deciding that you no longer want to do this anymore. And you got to that point, y'all. And not because you didn't care about them, but truly because you cared more about yourself. You're done talking. And now your silence is the loudest boundary that you've ever set. You're done talking. And they know you're done. And not because you announced it, but because they can feel it. And here's why. Your energy stopped negotiating. There was a point, y'all, where you used to always over explain, always tell them what you need, always tell them what you need them to do, how they need to handle it. Yo, you got tired. And real talk, your access has expired. It's expired. You're done. You're done talking. You're done with the back and forth. You're done with the rigmarole, y'all. And they feel it, man. You no longer want to sit there and send 1,000 texts, have all these phone calls and conversations to no avail when they're not getting your message anyway. And a lot of times, family, some people can take you for granted, or they're so used to having you around that they feel like they don't have to change. They're so used to having you in their presence that they think that this is how people act and this is what people do. No, that's just you. You're the nice person. You're the kind person. You're the one giving them everything they need. You're the one meeting their needs. And now they're taking that for granted. Man, please. Now the same things that they were thankful for are the things they expect from you and expect out of you. But you're done talking. And it's crazy because they can all feel that your access has been revoked. They can all feel that it ain't the same anymore, that you're not doing that anymore, that you're not just waiting around and hanging around and waiting for them to change. No, you decided to change yourself. You decided to make moves all on your own. You have given time. You have given time. You have given energy, effort, and everything. To what? For what? To no avail. And so now you're deciding, you know what? I'm good. I'm no longer negotiating my energy. I'm no longer giving and giving and giving and feeling depleted at the end of the day. Giving and giving and giving and feeling like people are not even understanding where I'm coming from or caring to understand where I'm coming from, taking you for granted, all the things, you're no longer doing it. And they feel it. And it's so sad because in my personal belief, I don't understand why it always has to get to that point for a person to walk away, for someone else to understand, for a person to walk away, for someone else to see or to feel what they lost, for someone to walk away, for someone to finally understand that they had the greatest blessing of all time. Why does it take all that? But again, it's the human experience. It's human nature. People do what they want, when they want, how they want it. And they tend to take you for granted. But in this season, you're not dealing with that anymore. And you're no longer reacting, family. You're not. That's another thing. They can feel it because you're no longer reacting. The things they used to do used to trigger you so much. The things they used to say would bother you so much. You would literally get irritated, frustrated. You could feel it in your physiology, feel it in your human body, feel the stress in your bones from what these people used to do. You're no longer being triggered. You're just not, man. And I promise you, we all as humans, for the most part, get to that point where we're just tired. You got tired and through. You were tired and done. You were done. As a matter of fact, you didn't even want to deal with that anymore. The things that they used to say and do to trigger you, man, run it back. Where? Where are you being triggered? Because you're not, though. You're not. And they notice it and they see it. And some people will try to inadvertently or purposely say the things and do the things to piss you off and trigger you anyway. You're not even falling for that. You don't want to deal with it anymore. And you're not angry. You're not cold. You are clear. You have a sense of clarity about what you want for your life, about the things that you want to do, and what you're willing and no longer willing to accept. You have a sense of clarity. And you probably surprise yourself. Some of us, man, as individuals, we sit and we stay in a situation to no avail. Nothing's coming of it. Nothing's working out, but we sit and we say, all because we feel like we have a duty, or this is who we are, or whatever the case may be. But you're surprising yourself because at this point, the emotions went out the door for you. You're not even feeling it. You're not feeling sorry about it. You're done. You're silent. You're tired of it. And you're doing it so calmly to where they all feel it. They all feel it. And real talk, you stop giving these people power. Man, sometimes, family, we be dealing with individuals, right? Whether they're low vibrational people, people that can be difficult to deal with, but we deal with these people, and these people have us thinking that we're less than. These people have us thinking that they're better than us or that they're superior to us. Man, where? Where is their superiority? They're not, though. There's nobody better than you. No, where? You know what I'm saying? The things you bring to the table, who you are the sun. And who doesn't want to be close to the sun? So these people have you thinking while you're in their lives that they're better than you. Man, please, a lot of that be a sense of control, them trying to control you or manipulate you or make you think lesser of yourself so that you won't leave them. For real. They want to keep you small and keep you in a certain space, and you're done giving them power. You're done. And I'm going to tell you, family, when you're done giving someone power, you feel it because all that energy you used to give, you're pulling that energy back to you. And that's energy for you to heal. That's no longer energy that you're just freely giving out to individuals that take you for granted and don't deserve it. You're not doing it. So now that you've taken back your energy, now what? Now what are they doing? Man, nothing. Nothing. Wishing and hoping they can get the same amount of energy from you because your energy fueled them. Real talk, family. Your energy fueled them. And they had you thinking that they were the ones that were in control. Absolutely not. It was your energy, your anointing, your power. And so when you removed yourself from the situation, they feel it. They feel it in their chest. I promise you. So something is different in the air. They're wondering, whoa, what happened? They're looking at their phone, trying to figure out why they're not getting a phone call from you. They're looking in their text, trying to figure out why you're not blowing them up like you used to. They feel it. You're no longer giving them power. Those days are done. Moment of silence for the real ones. Moment of silence. You're no longer giving them power. Let that sink in. You're done doing that. You no longer have to. And you won't anymore, though. For what? And here's the thing, too, family. You stopped chasing closure. You don't need it. You don't need the closure. For what? For what? You don't need. I used to know someone, they used to tell me closure happens between two dead people. Real talk. You don't need the closure. Closure for what? What are they going to say to you that's going to change anything or make you even remotely feel better? What you getting closure from them does what? Man, please. You think it's going to make you feel better. It might not, though. So you're done with that wanting and seeking closure, wanting them to tell you what you want to hear, wanting them to just say something to make you feel good and to make you feel loved and to make you feel whole. Absolutely not. You make yourself feel loved. You make yourself feel whole. You are the one, man. And so you got to that point where you're like, yo, I'm not angry. I'm not frustrated. I don't need to hear your why or your explanation on why you did what you did and why you had to do what you did. Some of them don't even give an explanation. You don't need none of it, man. You simply decided to pull your energy back, and you simply decided to stop engaging with these folks to no avail. For what? Nothing good was coming of it. So you decided you no longer wanted to deal in that, and you no longer wanted to deal with those individuals that were going nowhere fast. And you no longer wanted to keep giving your vital life source, which is your energy and your power. Because real talk, family, closure does not come from conversations. I know we think it does. I know we think that we're going to get closure from conversations, but the reality is closure comes from decisions. And that's on everything. Closure comes when you decide that you're done seeking closure. You don't need it. You don't need it. You got your power back. You have your energy back. You have your clarity. You have who you are. You're good. And you're so good that you're not even waiting for their apology. You're not waiting to hear what they have to say. You simply made a decision and removed yourself mentally, physically, all the things from these individuals because you can. And on some real stuff, family, your absence hit harder than your presence ever did, y'all. I promise you that your absence hit harder than your presence ever did. Man, please, they feel it. I bet they know that you're not there. I bet they're looking and not finding. You're not communicating in the way that you did. The energy has been, they can feel the cut in the air. It's different. You're no longer so attached. You're no longer so available. You're no longer so readily, man, nah, you changed the game on them. You're not dealing with it anymore because you realize you never had to. And let's be clear, you're still nice. You're still kind. You're just not accessible as you used to be. You're just not as available as you used to be. You're just not as emotionally reachable like you used to be. For what? And that's when it clicks for them. They're like, oh my goodness. They're wrecking back and forth in their brain, trying to figure it out. But what they realize is you're gone. The energy is gone. The air is clear. It's been cut. You're not bargaining with them. You're not texting. You ain't doing all them things. You're peaceful. You're calm, and they can't even realize. When they hit you with the, hey, how are you? Or make up some excuse as to why they have to talk to you, they don't even feel that negative energy. All they feel is nothing because you're not giving these people anything because you decided to take your energy and your power back, period. You don't need the closure. And your absence is hitting harder than your presence ever hit because they feel the distance. And another reason, family, you chose peace over being right. Here's the thing, you probably are right. And we're not perfect, we all make mistakes, but you probably are the one that's right in the situation, but you don't even care anymore. This is how much peace you want, that you're willing to say, blame it on me. Y'all could do whatever you want to do. You could say whatever you want to say about me. It doesn't even matter. I just want peace. And that's where you are. You used to fight to be heard. You used to try to be validated. Man, where? You're not even doing it anymore. You don't want to because you're choosing peace, even if that means you being misunderstood. You're good with that. Because real talk, family, when people can no longer pull you into chaos, they know you're done. But when they can't pull you into the foolishness, they know they have no control over you. And they know the power over you is gone. And that's a scary thing for a lot of people. It wasn't supposed to go that way. It wasn't supposed to go that way. They were supposed to treat you any way they wanted to. They were supposed to do whatever they wanted to you. They were supposed to maintain control while you home stressed out, trying to figure out why they're not talking to you, why they're being punishing, why they're being mean. It wasn't supposed to go that way, family. Man, please, you read them folk their rights. You're good. You don't need the control. You would rather be misunderstood. They can blame it on you. You're moving forward. It doesn't matter because you choose peace over the back and forth with these folks because you never had to do it anyway. So in conclusion, family, here is the truth that they didn't want to face. Truth is you're done. Truth is they can feel your absence. Truth is your silence is louder than your presence ever was. Truth is you're good. Truth is you've reached the end of your road. Real talk. And you're done with the back and forth. Truth is you want peace. And these folks know it because they feel it. And there's nothing they can do about it because that control they once had, nah, you good. That control that they once had over you, where? It's not even the same. It's not hitting the same. Your self-worth done went up, hit the roof. You woke up one day, like I said earlier, y'all. You woke up one day and you decided you wanted something new and different, but you meant it though. This time ain't no going back. Maybe back and forth, the back and forth you used to do in the past with them, you did it. You softened up on your boundaries. You forgave them, all the things. But I think in this season, you're like, if things are not going to change, then I'm going to change. If you're not willing to help and work with me to make things right, then I'm going to just work with me to make things right. I'm good. You're good, family. And it's not even about games or manipulation or you trying to teach these people a lesson. None of that. You simply decided that you wanted different and more and better for your life. How many times you going to keep going through the same thing? For what? Year after year. Why? Life is so short, y'all. Life is so short. Why are you going back and forth with these folk? No, you decided to change and do something new and different in your life. And they feel your silence. They can hear it. They can hear the pin drop. You ain't even fooling with these folks no more. They can feel it. And your silence isn't a weakness. Your silence is just you realizing that you love yourself more. You realizing that you want more for yourself and you want to create a better future. And if a person wants to be in your life, hear me when I say this, let me get closer. If a person wants to be in your life, and if they're not showing up in a way that you believe they should show up in, you can move on with your life. The power resides in you, not them. This is your life to do what you want to do with. This is your life to co-create with God, the universe, whoever you believe in. You only get one life, and you're not going to spend it allowing folk to take you down through there. You're not going to spend it going back and forth, having folk to make you stress out, lose weight or gain weight, lose your hair. You're not doing all that. Not in this season for what? This is your winning season. This is your winning season. And when you change your mind, the things in your life change. And you are deciding, family, that you want change. And what is change? Waking up and deciding that you want to do something different than you did the day before. And doing that every day. That is true change. And you're deciding that you want to wake up and do something different than you did the day before. You don't have to go back and forth with these folks. For what? They feel it. They feel your, if you were all those things that they said you were, all the judgments and the critiques and the negative things they said about you, if you was all them things now, all of a sudden that you gone, man, please, why they tripping? Because they know what it is. They know you the one. They could try to treat you all day like you're not, but they know what it is though. Because you realize not everything deserves an explanation, but some things deserve boundaries. And you're putting boundaries around yourself and your life so that you can be in a better position all around. And that's on everything, family. Know that they feel it. Know that they feel it. But the decision is yours on what you choose to do with your life and the people that are in it. And that's facts. Stay inspired. I want to thank you so much for watching my content. I started my YouTube channel to share the many lessons I learned along the way, and I appreciate you so much. All of the love that you show, I love everything about it, and I want to thank you for being who you are. I hope that you please subscribe to my page and more good things to come. Stay inspired.